Hello there. Hi everybody, can everybody hear me here on the channel? If you've just tuned in for this live stream here today, a behind the scenes live stream, just let me know if that music's too loud for me right now. Let me know if you can hear me there in the audience. Hi Brilliance, how's it going today? So you can hear me there? Fantastic. Just the music's quite loud in my ear right now. Perfect. Great. So why doesn't everybody just tell me in the chat right now where you're all from? Because that would be a great way to start, to let me know where all of these wonderful people that have watched my channel and have tuned in today are actually from in the world. Whilst we just look at the bad 152 right now, or the bad 152, as we should say. Perfect. Yes, I can see you there. Thanks for joining in, Brilliance. Nice to see you back on the channel again. If you guys haven't checked out, Brilliance has got a really amazing channel for some fantastic light entertainment, like marble races. Like, you've never seen marble races like this before, and you should definitely go check it out when you've got a chance after this live stream. Oh, we've got some people from Indonesia, the fourth pistol from Indonesia. Tim TDM, I'm Russian. Well, guess what? We're going to have some Russian videos on the channel very soon. Bruce from America. Some people from Kenya. Nice. Let's see if I can say this right. Jina Langu Ni Nick. Jina Laku Nini. Baltimore from Miles. Nice. We've got another Australian just like me. Evanox from Germany. Another German. You must have loved my pronunciation of the German words in the last video. We've got someone here from Panama. Wow, that's incredible. And another Indonesian as well. Hey, Kron, thanks so much for saying you like my animations. Yes, no. Hey, Miles, this is not a face reveal today. And you speak French and English. That's fantastic. Hi, Regi. Let me know if I'm saying that right. From Singapore. And unknown, please put the zigzag music. I'm not sure what you mean by the zigzag music. I can have a look at the playlist here that I've got. No, I'm not sure. Hey, Oxmoz, thanks. Another Australian. You're up pretty late. Hey, Cron Clips, how old is this channel? This channel is about 3 months old since I've been taking it seriously. Thank you so much, BRP Tarlac, for the 26K. Hey, Tim TDM. Yeah, it's a fantastic world of aviation. It's really quite exciting and how crazy everything goes. Hey, Maclan, I might do a face reveal maybe around about 50K. What does that sound? I don't think this channel will ever get to 1 million subs, so. Yes, and I am talking live. I am talking live right now. So this is the Bade 152. So I'll just tell you what we're on screen. So you've probably all seen the video for this, and this is the animation program Blender that I use to make all of the animations. So you can see here, if I switch to wireframe mode, this is actually the plane itself. And it's a lot faster to see. You can see that the model is actually not that complicated. And it's one of those things that a lot of people think, oh, it must be a high resolution. This is actually all low poly models. Like, there's nothing going on here. And then as you add on the individual layers, this is sort of the, I believe it's a viewport shading. And you can see sort of the way the light touches it on the material. Then we add on the texture, and you can see it's everything like that with the sunlight. And then we add on that. And let's just... Raji said something interesting. You should add some glare effect on the composition tab in Blender. Yes, so I am well aware of that. That's if you come in here to this tab here, the composition. I'll see if we can bring up everything that happens. So this is how you... I've gone way too detailed, but basically you can add in I believe it's a glare node if I type this in correctly. Oh. So that's a glare node there. So I could add that to the image, and it would add some glares to the actual. So we'll add some sun filter effect there, but I'll need to render that, and I think that'll be a little bit boring to sit here and watch me render it. And now what you can't actually see is they've actually also hidden the smoke. So we turn on the smoke, and it will go very, very slow for a hot second. And I'll answer some questions whilst this just does a little bit of rendering. Actually, this is a terrible idea. It's really, I've got a powerful computer, but it seems to have definitely slowed down the machine. Whoa. There you go. So now you can see the smoke. But the smoke is actually, that's like something like 5,000 particles in each one. And each one's sort of a different texture with translucency and everything like that. So you can see why it's massively slowing down the computer. So whilst that happens, I will just quickly check the rest of the people here. The rest of the questions that you've done there here. Cron Clip says, oh, this channel has grown a lot. Yes, it's definitely grown a lot. I've been super surprised how much this channel has grown in this time. Blackout says, hi from Russia. Nice to see you. Massimo says, what if Boeing made a fictional 757-100? Well, that would have been interesting because the 757, I believe it was the 757-200 and -300. I could be wrong on that. I need to go check it. That actually ended up being in active service. But the Dash One, all these original ideas always end up being way more ambitious than they definitely should be. So let's open up another project whilst we're just waiting here, and I'll answer some more questions. Who wants to see the triple deck project? Do you guys remember this one? Perfect. Let me answer some more questions whilst I got this. So what got me into aviation? From Christopher. So basically, I was actually a writer who was traveling the world. I was doing a lot of flying in America, and I actually got asked to do some sort of travel writing. And that kind of led from one thing to another, and then I got asked to be a contributing writer on Simple Flying, and I ended up becoming an aviation reporter and getting the chance to fly around the world to see like so many different things. So this is actually the Deck 3 concept aircraft that I wanted to show you guys. Like now you can see it up close and in person. You probably didn't get to see a very good look at it. So it actually has 3 engines on each side, and it has 3 decks. But the top deck doesn't actually go. It doesn't actually go very far along. It's just like a 747, so it sits on the top. And it's this kind of weird thing where I think the cockpit's on the middle, and then this is like a cargo, and then there's actually a freight level down the bottom. It gets confusing, the bottom. You may notice that I never really show the bottom of my aircraft because they're always a little bit kind of wonky looking. So that's the little secret there. And I had to like try and make this look as nice as possible, even though it's actually quite a kind of rubbish sort of model. And we'll just put on the sun there for everyone to have a look at whilst I read some more questions. So BRV Tarek says, congratulations on 26K. Thank you so much. And then Bruce says, hi, I have watched your videos for a while. The first I watched was the Hypertrain. Do you like lo-fi music? I do love lo-fi music, and I'm probably going to feature a lot more lo-fi music on sort of my channel coming into the future or something like that. Everything's kind of like changing and still up in the air, and I'm still trying to find my feet in how the channel will work and everything like that. Miles Jones says, I go to an international school. That's how I got my French, and there are 2 famous kids in my class. Are they like TikTok famous kids, or are they actually famous kids? Because, you know, these days and age, it's pretty easy to become somewhat famous. I mean, even look at me. I'm not saying I'm famous, but there are 26,000 people, which is totally mind-blowing. Blowing, my apologies. I'm getting too excited. That's just a ridiculous number. So BRV Tarek says, I thought this was a Russian plane. Yeah, so you're thinking of the Anatov one with the 6 engines. So this is very similar, but this is actually like a passenger thing. I'll have to do a video on the Anatov into the future. So can you do a video of the SR-71? So let me just bring that up. So what everybody knows what the SR-71. So the Blackbird. Yes, I thought you were talking about this one. So should I do a video on this one? I haven't really done any like military things yet. Do you think that it would be a good idea to do a military thing on my channel? Let me know down in the comments. I don't know what unknown. I don't know what the zigzag music is about, so I can't quite say. So Tim DDM said, how did you learn Blender? I did online tutorials and I actually went to film school. So about 10 years ago, I learned how to use Maya and I did film school back in the day. So I had some previous experience and I found Blender to be quite easy to jump back into. But I'd say I'm much more better in the... let me actually open up a different one now. We'll have a look at a different project. But I'm actually a much more better expert than I am in animation than I am in anything else. Let's have a look at the... Who wants to see... How about this one, this project? Do you guys remember this one? Not too many people actually checked out this video, which I thought was a little bit of a shame, but apart from that, it's completely fine. You know, you check out what you want to check out. So, does anybody else remember the time this channel wasn't really only about aviation? Yeah, so you may have noticed that this channel's not entirely about just aviation. And for some strange reason, we are now a completely aviation channel. And I'm not quite sure what to say about that, but, you know, it is what it is. So I'm just trying to see what's going on here because there's no background to this shot. So if I go down to film, down the bottom here, let's check to transparent. There we go. Oh, and it is not liking me right now. So this is actually the lowest possible quality, but it's just a nice way for you guys to see how I set up that shot of the 3 planes all flying together. Okay, so I'm just going back up. I'm actually a little bit behind on all of these questions. There are so many questions. There are so many questions. This is unbelievable. Okay, so I'm going to answer all the questions that are in here as best as I can. Cool. This is an amazing YouTube channel from Anne. Thank you so much. So Kron's Clips. I have Autodesk Maya. I can do this too. Anybody can do this. I literally think that anybody can make a YouTube channel and anybody can talk about the things that they love. It's just a great way to express yourself and get out there, and it's something that I've discovered when I've been stuck in this pandemic. So, yes, so it's a little bit laggy. My internet is not great. I do apologize for all this like stoppage and lagging and YouTube screaming at me saying I don't have enough, and it's literally due to the actual problems with the internet that I have here. So it's something that I definitely need to figure out. I'm actually going to be moving very soon, and I'll get a ridiculously good internet, and we'll be able to do this a lot better. So Reggie asks, is the smoke rendered mesh or physics simulation? It's actually a particle simulation. So yes, Brilliance, I am actually rendering whilst streaming on really rubbish internet. This is my situation. So thank you for putting up with the patience of this being terrible. But, you know, thank you again so much. I'm going to have to lean in to read this name. Why ZN Get Any? Found and Explained definitely deserves more subscribers than now. Yes, thank you so much. I'm not going to be selfish. I think everybody deserves all the subscribers, but thank you so much. So, Maclan says, what is next? Well, Christmas is going to be a little bit different, so we're going to have to see what I can try and get out this week with all the family, because I do everything myself here on the channel. And then I need to kind of figure out what to do. I think I might do a Boeing 737 or Airbus A320 thing, but I've also discovered something new, that Airbus was working on is working on a new plane project. Who wants to hear about the new Airbus plane? that I haven't seen anybody talking about. I have to do some more like investigation. I'm actually going through like industry forums and contacting people, trying to figure it out and stuff like that. But we'll have to see how we can go. Hey, out of these 3 liveries, which is your favorite? Let me know in the thing. So just going down. If I could bring back one airline, what would it be? I would love to bring back another full service carrier like ANZ to Australia, because right now all we've got is Qantas. And I really miss having another international carrier that like represented Australia. I think that would be great. Brilliant says, I might have missed it. What plane is this? Were you referring to the triple deck plane? I have a video on my channel. So I actually already have, someone's asked, hey, can you do the Airbus, I'm not going to say that, the Airbus A350-1000. I actually already have that I've done. So let's see. I think it's this one. Yes. Oh, it's not this one. So let me give 1 second, everybody. This one. Ooh. Give it a second to load. It's just loading up all the textures. It's like a really slow, terrible game that's not very fun, and you earn all these points and you can't use it. So, what add-ons do I use? I don't use any add-ons. Everything's just Blender. Yes, so a lot of people have asked for the SR71. Okay, I'll see what I can do. Maybe I should just do a fun video about this. What music do I like from Bruce? I like pretty much anything. I'll listen to pop, I'll listen to lo-fi. I actually listen a lot to game soundtracks, like stuff like Mirror's Edge. There's like ambient soundtracks where it's just like 1 hour long, like solar fields and stuff. That's fantastic to do that whilst working and writing scripts and working on this. Orbit Lion asks for the history of the jet engine. I see your comments on every... I read every comment in every video, and Orbital Lion, I see your comments on every video. I completely understand you want the history of the jet engine. So, you no need to spam the chat. I can see it popping up again and again and again. What Q&A, what is the future plan for Airbus and Boeing? So I'm actually going to do 2 videos on it. I'm going to do one on Boeing and one on Airbus. So the Airbus one I'm going to try and probably get out this week, maybe for this weekend. The Boeing one, I've actually done the voice and the script, but I actually don't think it's good enough. It was actually supposed to come out 2 weeks ago, but I killed it because I didn't think it was a higher quality enough video. So that's what I have to do next. Are people enjoying these little people that I've added into all of the scenes here? Let me know what you guys think about these little people. I would love to know if I should have them a little bit more in the videos. Kasmina says, yo, I've been loving the latest videos. Thank you so much. Kozirat says, opinions on a possible 797. It's going to have to be a brand new clean sheet aircraft. There is obviously a market gap with Boeing, and they were originally going to bring to the market something that was going to be kind of terrible, to be honest. It was going to be like a steel sort of tube with 2 wings. It was going to be cheap. It was going to be like almost a short 767. It was going to be based on old technology as well. I think personally that they should bring back the 787-3, which I'll also be doing a video about. Let's see. Swiss001 says Aeroflot. Yeah. That's it for sure. I need to reach out to Swiss001. I do enjoy his videos. So Kronskut says, how many videos do you make a week? I make about 2 to 3 videos a week. Hello from Indonesia, from Javier18 Gaming. Thanks. BRB Tylex says, man, you're really an underrated Swiss001. I don't know if I can be compared to someone as great as his channel. He really has some fantastic stuff. Yeah, so I can see that he's spamming now. I'm sorry I wasn't down here. If he spams again, I'll just kick him out. And he won't... Actually, no, you know what? I'll do something worse. He will never get his video. Maybe. I don't know. Yeah, so Anne, I have got a video coming out soon for military aircraft, so you will see that sometime in the near future. Kron's Clip says, do you know the Mustard channel? Of course I know the Mustard channel. In fact, I think I already wrote back to your reply on the main page on the video. I think you already asked that. But I do know Mustard. I think Mustard does like an incredible job, and it's like my goal to one day maybe make something in the realm of as good as his stuff. So we'll have to see. We'll just have to see, unfortunately. I'm going to show you a different plane now. So you see, I've got all of these ones here. Where is it? Is no livery. Ooh, this is... Let's have a look at the Airbus A320 and the A220. I had the hardest time when I was making that video, the Airbus A220 video. I kept stumbling over A220. So Tim TDM says, military sounds cool, but it doesn't really fit into your channel completely. That's my opinion. I think let me have a go making 1 or 2 military videos about something that is like totally bonkers, and we'll see if I can change your mind. Okay, I'm going to line. I've told you, so I'm just going to... I can put you in a timeout. That's great. Perfect. Okay, can you look about the SR1 and Mustard's YouTube channel? Oh, has he already done that? Okay, I'll go check it out. All right. Jet Tech says, congratulations on 26 subs. Thank you so much. And I don't know why Swiss001 always says the word with a weird language. I'm not sure if it's his accent or something. Congratulations, 26. Thank you so much, Iswa. Thank you so much for being part of the channel. I see your comments all the time, and it's really great to see some regular people watching my stuff. Yes, so this is from the Tiny Mistake video, which actually super blew up. And you can see there's nothing else in this scene. There's nothing else in this world. It's just literally these little planes. That video super blew up. That was just like me having an opinion, and suddenly I wake up in the morning and it's got like 80,000 views, which I just found absolutely ridiculous. So let's see what other projects I have here that I can show you today. I might have to deep dive into my external hard drive that I have connected up. So just give me 1 second to see if I can get in there. Okay, interesting. I've got a project that I can't show you because it's a work in progress. But let's see. You guys might remember this one. Check out this plane. This one didn't turn out nice. So I originally was going to have the Boom Aerospace aircraft for the Boom Supersonic video, but I was just really not satisfied with like the look and feel of this. So this is like something that wasn't good enough to get on the channel, because look, it looks super derpy. When you get like up close, you're like, Nick, that looks terrible. And I'm like, yeah, yes it does. So I actually ended up just killing this part of it, and I went with something else. But, you know, that's what could have been. But maybe we'll come back to looking at this again. Hi, Iswa. No, I can't see you. This is just a one-way chat, so it's just my screen to you guys. Jovi, hello, Nick. Can I do a physical gear and software do you use? Yes. Okay. So basically, I have a new computer that I got custom built. It's a laptop. I'll have to maybe do a video on it for the patrons or something, or I'll make like an unlisted video and send it to you. Basically, it's something that is it's got 64 gigabytes of RAM and an i7 chip. Okay. Please make the TU-154. Yes, I need to do that as well. Definitely the TU-154. I'm going to do a whole bunch of Russian videos because I know a lot of people are interested in that. Have I subscribed to Mustard? No, I haven't actually subscribed to Mustard. Maybe we should do that together. Should I subscribe to Mustard? I'm very well aware of his stuff. Mustard. Let's bring that up. You gotta love this. So basically, I'm going from a 4K screen to this little one here. So shall we go? Oh, that's a musician. So here we go. Subscribing to Mustard. Done. It's fantastic. Mustard's an absolutely great channel. Q&A. If you were to make a video about that 797 flying wing concept, could we put different airlines on the airplanes in the videos? What liveries do you want to see on them? And are you talking about the 797? Do you mean this one? The 797? So this is a 797 model that I've been working on, but it's not really, you can see this is still a work in progress. This is just a work in progress, so don't freak out too much. But I needed it for a quick little video, but you can see that it's a combination of a Dreamliner, and you can see sort of the wings, and also a Boeing, because you'll see a Boeing 737, because you'll see that it's only got sort of the two doors on the plane, and then the tail down there. So Iswa says, please do Airbus A220 Hooters Air livery. Man, like, I wish Hooters was still around, because apparently it was a great airline. They would have been really successful with the Airbus A220, I reckon. They would have been absolutely fantastic. Congratulations on 26 subs. You will reach 100k subs one day by the stunning content you make. Thank you so much, Jovi. Captain Jasper says, is that a C300? It's actually A220. Oh, right now on the screen? No. This is a Boeing 797 concept. You, Lucas, and Swiss001 have similar kind of voice. Really? Well, that's fantastic. I'm glad to hear they say that. Mustard has some fantastic thumbnails. I was going to try and like replicate that style, but I thought like that'd be on too many toes. So, oh, whoa, my chat just updated and I have got so much reading here to do. Okay. Boom Overture, bit of it. Swiss01 did a face reveal. Yeah, so Boom Overture should have a flying plane by 2030, and I think that's going to be an absolute game changer. Suddenly, you'll now be able to buy a plane that gets you there faster. That's going to be crazy. So, opinions on Airbus's Zero-E concepts and the recent six-pod design for Zero-E. So, it's interesting because they're going for a different... the six-pod design, it's going to allow them to have sort of more range, which will be excellent because their current sort of models, I remember seeing the specifications when I made a video on that you can see on the channel. It was really like kind of like rubbish. And I was like, oh, this is not going to be super exciting unless it's an airline that is particularly interested in just sort of a short range. All right, what else can I show you? Do I see all my crew members? Look at this. This is all the crew people for the show, all the behind-the-scenes characters. We've got them all standing in line. You see they've got no faces, which is actually kind of horrifying. And we've got this monstrosity of a plane. So behind here. So, what else? Anyone else wondering what happened to the flying wing? Not much news has been heard from in a while. The flying wing design, the problem is because it's a brand new concept aircraft. If you suddenly switch over to a brand new design that no one has ever seen before, then people are going to freak out. Like, how do you sell that to the public? How do you get the FAA to sign off on the plane? It ends up just being something that is too hard to do, and they end up sort of, like, it's going to take so long to certify it. Nick, are you a good aeroplane designer? I don't know. You tell me. Do I know Captain Joe? I have watched his channel before. I am well aware of it. Nick, could you become an airline magnate? If I've said this before, I would do an airline of Airbus A220s, and I'd focus on point-to-point destinations that are highly lucrative. I wouldn't follow the hub-and-spoke model. So essentially what the former owner of JetBlue and his new airline Breeze is doing. This is going to be a new American airline called Breeze coming out soon, and it's going to sort of change the game. Maybe I should start naming these guys after all of my subscribers. How would that sound? Comic Man says, Q&A, what if you make a video about the 797 flying wing concept? Can we please have different airline liveries on the airplanes in the videos? Yes, you've already asked that question. Yes, I can do that as much as I can. Depends on which liveries. It depends on the video in question. All right. Philip Alexander Carr says, "How many passengers business class configuration, mate? Is this on the 797? It would have had It'd probably be a twin aisle, so it'd probably be a cabin of 10 business class passengers or 8 or something." Lead Aviation says, "My dad's a pilot on the Airbus A321neo. Wow, that's a fantastic plane. Hopefully he gets to fly in the XLR later on." Iswa Rahman says, "Could a Russian plane compete with Boeing and Airbus?" Well, I'll tell you what, the new one that may be coming out soon, I think it's the IC-21, is going to be very interesting. And you'll see that it starts to pop up in Central Asia and Africa, which I think is going to be absolutely great. So let's see. Can you make a video about the Tu-124? Yes, we can definitely do that. Miles, yes, one day you'll see my face. Don't worry about that. I hope Nick reached 100K by 2022. Well, I hope I reach there before that, because that's over a year away. Well, actually, you know what's fantastic? Because I just want to tell you this. My goal was to reach 1,000 people by the end of this year, and I'm on 26,000. So if you're still watching, I want to reiterate how thankful I am for you guys to say that. Like, that is absolutely phenomenal. So, all right, let's jump into a different sort of scene here. Let's have a look at let's get your opinions on the Boeing and the Max flying side by side here together today. I wonder if I can switch off there we go. So this is, you remember these guys flying along, and we'll just switch it to the EV render. See? Let me know what you guys think about these two planes in the comments. Whoa, the chat just updated again. It's actually so many questions. I do apologize if you're waiting for me to answer your question. So, seeing the libraries of bankrupt airlines, either they can't buy that concept plane because they're bankrupt. I can definitely do that. I've got like a Transaero Airbus A380, which was supposed to exist, and I'll try and add on some more. I'm going to do another bankrupt airline video. I've had some people message me on Instagram to see that, and I'll try and get that out to you sort of as soon as possible. And you can actually see how close these planes are, which is actually low-key terrifying. If you're on board that Airbus A320neo, you'd be like freaking out, like, ah! Actually, can we put ourselves inside the plane? If you're in the plane looking out this window, that's what you see. Ah! Oh my god, that is absolutely terrifying. You just got this giant, like, LEAP engine coming in. If this Boeing stuff's up. Anyway, I'm being silly. Okay, I'll just keep scrolling down. So, people demanding a face reveal? Yes, definitely. I'll do it down the line when it's ready. It's kind of saving it up a little bit. Bankrupt airlines are only bankrupt till global conglomerates wake up and realize they're a flying factory. I'm not really sure if that's a question, but flying opportunity. Okay. Jovi Chu said, "Did you leave Simple Flying? I longer see posts written by you on the blog." Yes, I have left Simple Flying. The 797 is very mythical or real. It was almost revealed at the 2019 air show in Paris, and then Airbus launched the A321 XLR, and Boeing was like, let's just make a different aircraft, because they realized that it was not going to be good enough. So Unknown says, "Shout out to me." Yes, there you go. And says, "Thank God I'm back." Thank God you're back. Iswa says, "Do A350 with Garuda Indonesia library." I'll tell you what, Garuda Indonesia is an excellent airline. If you get a chance, I highly suggest that you fly in Garuda, especially their business class. Please, if you're watching Garuda Indonesia, I would love a ticket to Bali on your next flight. They actually retweeted one of my articles that I wrote about them, and it went to like 100,000 people. I was really ecstatic. Nick, do you like the Boeing 787-9 or -10? I like big planes, so the -10. Miles Jones asks, "What is your favorite plane and livery?" Mine is the A330neo in Garuda Indonesia. Yes, that is really nice, But I've got to say, I like the Airbus A330 Neo, but I love this one, the A330-800 Neo in Greenland livery. Look at this. It's beautiful. Look at this plane. Don't you agree? So they've ordered it, and they're going to get this plane relatively soon. But I believe it's the only one that is on the way. This is the older version that it's replacing. And I actually wrote this article on Simple Flying right there. So that's rather quite funny. Shout out to the best documentary YouTube we have. Well, I don't know if you mean me, but, thank you so much. If I had an airline, I would buy. Nick, what do you think about the tail design of the AN225? Is that the split one? Oh, yes, the one where it's absolutely split down the middle. Yeah, see, it's very interesting because it was designed originally to carry that space shuttle on top. So that's why it's a split design going down the middle. And like if they were to remake it today, it wouldn't have that split design. It's just a little bit too many things that can go wrong, and you can just use a single fin for it. Vladimir says, wait, are you Aussie? Yes, that's right, I am Australian. Oh, just checking the music. It's very dramatic at the moment. What is the future plan and plan for Airbus? So they're working on a replacement for the Airbus A320 Neo, which is kind of surprising considering it's coming out at the moment. Let's open up a different project. I won't save that one. So I keep all these projects, and you'll start to see them reappearing again and again because it's a lot easier. Like I can get better at sort of producing these things over time if I've already got the planes. Remember this shot? I'll put on the screen. This is the shot that I did where the 747, the Lufthansa one, with the triple jet sort of aircraft. What do you think of WoW Air's revival as Play Airlines? Well, I think Iceland is a market that is too good to give up. It's a giant tourist destination, relatively, for the size, and it's also geographically accessible to both Europe and also North America. So they can easily get into that sort of marketplace. And so it's something that we could definitely see revive completely. Anyone else remember the time Nick said that all of his subscribers would fit into a Chinese plane with his videos, but imagine it now. Yes, I did promise all of you a ticket on a Chinese plane when it gets built. The C393, I believe it was. What was it? C939. What's your take on the regional electric propeller plane? I think it's a great idea. I think that if planes can become electrical, they would... It'd be an absolute game changer for the industry. So this is the scene. You can see that it's like this weird... So I've got the sky going around, and I'm using this as just like a placeholder. So a lot of the times the background is actually fake, and I'm not rendering it. So that's like one of the tricks of the trade. So, gotta go to school. Goodbye. Goodbye, Miles. Have a great day. The Boeing 737 MAX are just two planes being leveled up. Why doesn't everybody buy a Russian plane? Well, they might very well much if and you can see here that I've done like a cheap perspective. They're not exactly together, and there's the sun. The sun's bouncing up there, you see, and the sun's not even like, where is the sun in this image? It's like up there, so I've got even the lighting wrong. Like that sun should be up there. It's a little bit ridiculous. But yeah, this is what the Lufthansa plane looks like, and you'll see it's written backwards on the other side because you guys were never going to see that. So I was like, oh, why am I not going to do it? But that is a beautiful plane, that one. I really love the Boeing 747. Are the windows and cockpit textures or actual materials? Generally, most of the time, they're pretty empty. But sometimes it depends how close up I get because you can see there's nothing in there. It's just like a shiny It's just a window. And this one, I think I don't even have propellers on it. Nick, do I look like Singapore Airlines? I love Singapore Airlines. I think it's absolutely fantastic. I think it's a really great airline. Although I will say that their business class was a little bit disappointing when I flew on it, which is a little bit surprising. Not to sound like negative, but I've flown on better business classes. And so apparently for the airline that won best business class a couple of years ago, I was like, oh, really? They've pretty much made their airlines a little bit too compact, in my opinion. Oh, okay, interesting. All right, well, I'm going to start to wrap up this session here today, guys. So I know it's just a very quick one. How long have we been chatting for? Been chatting for, I don't even know. Well, seems like forever. How much the time flies. Please do a face reveal. I'll do it for another special further on. What software do I use? I use Blender, Premiere Pro, After Effects, Audacity, and a whole bunch of other ones. Do I think that the Chinese planes could succeed? So Chinese planes are definitely going to have a market in China. Whether or not they'll have a market outside of China is another question altogether. It's going to be really tough for them to break into that marketplace because of how how do I say this? People aren't going to trust them. They're going to think like, oh, it's not going to be great or something like that. Here's the Neo in all of its glory, behind the scenes glory. What of an Airbus A380 with two large ultrafan engines? So they actually did study an Airbus with two engines, because obviously they realized that four engines was a problem, but they ended up not doing it because they never got a chance to expand that market. It was just a conceptual thing. So, yeah. Is there any other last questions that you'd like me to do? So the SSJ-100 is too unreliable. I will actually counterpoint that and say no. The SSJ Superjet is not unreliable. It's crashed 3 times and people have died. Yes, I agree. However, they were all, every single time, it was pilot error. As for Interjet in Mexico, they couldn't get the spare parts to keep the plane flying. But in Russia, they had plenty of spare parts, so it's able to keep sort of flying. Yeah, so that's pretty much what we were going to do here today. And I just wanted to say thank you and just do this quick little one. And this is what the smoke looks like. It looks like he's got like lots of paper coming out the back there, which is a little bit wild. Unknown saying, please skip the talking. Well, you know, I think you've misunderstood the exact thing about here. What do you think about Philippine Airlines? I think that their livery is great, and I can't wait to go to the Philippines sometime very soon to check them out. So I think that's going to be absolutely fantastic. Can you do a video about the 707 MAX? Not familiar with that project, but I can look into it. Can I have the sound of an Airbus lover, please? Well, that's someone who's talking to you right now. Please do a video about Thai Airways, please. Well, I'm, you know, there's only so many hours in the day, and I've got to choose the right projects. To me, the concept of Chinese planes not only being top class is totally contrary, as they supply 92% of all aviation component tooling. Really? So they already have all the factories and everything to make all of these projects, and they could easily just do it themselves, as you were saying. That's great. That plane looks money fast for the Earthburn. Is it Russian? No, this is East German. This is the BAD or the BADE 152 that was in the recent video. And I figured it'd be the one that we close on here today. Do I love Airbus? I love Boeing, Airbus, Embraer, and Bombardier. And I also love Comac, and I also love all of the Russian manufacturers. And I also love everybody who loves aviation. So it's all love here. We're not choosing sides. Although one of my videos coming up, I am choosing sides, so that'll be interesting to see how that goes. I'll probably have half of you end up hating me, but hey, maybe the other half will be convinced. All right, guys, I wanted to say thank you so much for joining me for this quick little special. I'll put it up for repeat so you guys can enjoy and check it all out. But thank you again so much for watching this video today. So, will Air France order the 737 MAX, or they'll wait for the A220? The Airbus planes are built in France. Can you imagine if they ordered like 100 737 MAXs? Like, it's not going to happen, but it's still a good threat. Do I like the A330-200 or the 777-200? I like the A330-200 because that's based off the A300. So I think that's a nice thing. Here since 5K, thanks so much for being a subscriber. And I wanted to say to all of you watching right now, thank you so much for being part of this channel today and following along on this journey. I can't believe 26,000 subscribers. How insane is that? I will be doing a video on Russian planes. Definitely Tupolev and Ilyushin, or I'll have to learn how to pronounce them first before I try and do them. Would I fly on the 737 MAX? Yes. Would I put my family on the 737 MAX? That's a little bit of a trickier situation. And you can kind of see why when these things start to get a little bit more troubling. Nick is a good Starship pilot. Thank you so much. All right, everybody. I'm going to close this off now. So thank you again so much. It's actually 1:30 a.m. for me here in the morning. And I will definitely do another one of these again soon. I was a little bit, this is a new setup, and I'll get better internet, and we'll be able to have some great times together. I will also do a video about the Japanese Mitsubishi MRJ jet. So definitely hang on and change for that. Will Nick still exist in 2040? I certainly hope so. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great day.
You